What's going on, guys? It's Zach. We're back with a full chest workout here, starting it all off with some banded incline press. So this is a movement that I picked up from Joe Bennett, the hypertrophy coach, a few weeks ago, and it has been in my chest workouts pretty much every single time. It's one of those movements where you immediately feel, where it just immediately felt good, and I could feel my chest. I was getting really good contractions, really good pumps. So I'm just showing you how I had the band set up on this Smith machine, which is not even really a Smith machine. It only stabilizes the bar like side to side. But just doing it on the Smith machine because we don't have like a power rack that I could easily attach the bands to. So, you just got to make it work. just figure out a way to do it and make it work. But doing some warm-up sets here, and we're going to be working up to a heavy set of 6 reps, and then busting out like 3 or 4 drop sets. And so what's happening with the bands is as you lower the bar, you're taking load off. And at the bottom of any pressing movement is where you are the weakest. So for me, what it feels like at the bottom, I can really focus on driving. I can really focus on squeezing my chest at the bottom and getting that movement initiated with my chest, and then really squeezing hard, trying to drive my bicep right into my chest there to get a good contraction at the top. And one of the main points that I want to make that I've really been trying to focus on lately with these is scapular stability and really trying to drive my traps and my scapula down through that bench hard. And you can see how little my upper body and my lower body in a different shot is moving compared to, the only thing that's moving is my upper arm, my bicep, my tricep. That's the only thing that's moving. And I'm really just trying to drive that bicep right into my chest. So going with a little wider grip, and we went with a little higher incline than I normally would go with. I might go like 1 notch down next time, but it still felt really good. So, if you guys are trying to change up your chest workouts, get some bands and try this movement, because it's unbelievable how much it makes a difference to have the bands there. And you could also, I had some people ask me, well, why don't you just load it from the bottom with the bands from the bottom? And it feels different. I've done banded bench press from the bottom, and as you're going up, the band tension is increasing, so it's technically the load is getting heavier, but it feels different in your hands when the band is coming from the top and it's deloading it at the bottom, and you're pressing up and the weight is getting heavier in your hands. It just feels completely different. So give both a shot and see which one you like better, see which one you feel more chest activation doing. So going from there, after we did my max set, and then we dropped, I think we did 3 drop sets, and we jumped into some floor press. And floor press is going to be a movement that is only loading the mid-range. So at the top, there's no tension because obviously the dumbbells are pushing straight down. So when your arms are up in the air like that, there's no tension. So it's strictly overloading the mid-range here. And I threw on the fit grips because I really enjoy pressing with the fit grips. It just kind of gives you a bigger surface area to press into. And I really enjoy doing this floor press movement because of the stability that I can create in my scapula. And I also am throwing in like some pauses at the bottom to kind of dissipate any kind of reflex, stretch reflex that I would get. And it really allows me to focus on initiating that movement with my chest, driving that bicep right into my chest there. Here's just a shot of me, kind of how I get set up. Make sure when you lean back, you get your shoulders tucked, get your lats tucked underneath you, get your chest up. Your chest should be the highest point. It should be the highest point on your body. So, if you're leaning back and you don't have any kind of arch or anything, and and your shoulders are in front of your chest, you're going to be activating more of your front delts than your chest. So make sure you get that chest up tall, and really drive hard down into the ground. So, and one thing, if you're going to be using some heavier weight, you might have to have somebody hand it to you. Which, 70 is not that heavy, but really trying to maintain the pace throughout each set. No matter what the weight is, I'm really trying to maintain that pace every single set. And that's going to be with every single movement that I'm doing today. So I think this was my top set right here, 70. And this is a movement that I'm going to be focused on kind of progressing, linearly progressing each week. So going from there to a high cable fly, and doing it laying down, and you're going to see a better angle of this from the side. But you can see how, again, I'm keeping my chest high, really trying to focus on keeping my scapula retracted, and check out my right arm. See how far my bicep is getting over the top of my chest. That's what I'm focusing on in my head. Focusing on so much. So focusing on those three things, like getting my bicep across, but keeping my scapula retracted and pressed into that bench. And so here's a kind of a better angle to see that how high I'm coming. I'm coming like just underneath my chin with this, really trying to drive my elbow more towards my face, more towards my clavicle area, so that we're biasing the upper chest fibers with this movement. And really I'm picking a elbow angle, and just trying to maintain that. And as I'm fatiguing, you can see I'm not going up as high, just throwing in some partials at the end there. A little fast on those partials, but no biggie. So going straight from that into more of a normal fly here, normal cable fly. And both of these flies really, overloading the end range, that shortened position of the chest. So those first few movements, incline, the banded incline press, the floor press, mid-range to lengthen range overload. Now we're moving into both of these flies, more of a contracted, more of a shortened range overload here. And the difference between these two flies is that with this one, I'm trying to come a little bit lower with it. So I'm not focused on driving up towards my clavicle. I'm focused on that middle range of the chest there. So going straight from those flies into some intent push-ups. So what do I mean by that? I mean that I am focusing so hard on squeezing my chest when I'm doing these. So I'm focusing on driving my hands in as I'm pressing up. And it's going to be super easy after you have done all those flies to go straight into those push-ups and feel it in your chest. So only doing like 5 or 6 reps of those. But this is going to be the last movement here, and did just, I think, 3 sets of that superset. And my chest was just on fire after doing the push-ups especially. But you can see from this angle, I'm really trying to keep my chest, the cable, my elbow, keep all of those things in line in order to create the most tension in my chest. So, and here we go. You're gonna see no break, just right down into these push-ups. So the push-ups are a great way to really just squeeze every last drop of any kind of energy that you have left. So that's going to be the workout, guys. I'm going to link Joe Bennett's Instagram account down below. Check him out. Check out his website. He's got probably the best membership website that I've seen, and I subscribe to a few of them. So check him out. Give this workout a shot. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.